Hi everyone, welcome back to Paracord Planet. We hope you're having a great summer, and us being in the middle of June, the stars have all aligned for today's bracelet. We being Paracord Planet, of course we love our space-themed bracelets, and today we're going to dabble into astrology to make one crabby bracelet. This is the Cancer Weave. With that in mind, let's get paracording. So doing a little research on the astrology sign Cancer, we did see that there are three colors associated with it: blue, white, and seafoam green. So we did go with 550 paracord, seafoam green, and we did go with a 25-foot length today. We have our jig and our buckles all set up. We went with the color white for our buckles. We haven't set up the 4-core inner strand. It is a little different from our previous videos, so we're going to show you how to do that in this video. But because the entire bracelet is just one cord, we did go with the 25 feet to give ourselves a little bit more cord. In addition to the cord and the jig, we have two lancing needles that we're going to be putting on the ends of our working strands. We'll show you how that works. We have our scissors, and we have our lighter. For our first step, we do want to make the 4-strand core, and this is a little different from our previous videos, so here's how we're going to set this one up. We want to find the middle of our seafoam green, and we do want to bend the cord in the middle. We're going to take that bend, and we're going to come up through 1/2 of our white buckles. Once you do bring that through the top buckle, you want to bring it all the way down until it reaches the bottom buckle, because we are going to take these outer strands and wrap it around the cow hitch, but we're going to do that in a later step. So for right now, as long as you have it the length of the bracelet, you're good to go. Back up to the top part of the buckle, we're now going to do a single strand cow hitch around the right and left working strand. There we have our first single strand cow hitch, and we're going to do the same thing with the left working strand. Once you have the single strand double cow hitch at the top of your top buckle, it is time to flip over the jig and start working on the bottom. For the next step, we do have our loop at the bottom of our buckle, and that is perfect. It's exactly what we want. We're going to take our right working strand, and again, we're just going to make single strand hitches on the top of our buckle here, but we're going to loop it around the inner strand that we already have ready to go. So we're going to take our right working strand, we're going to go through the top of our buckle, and then it's at this step where you wrap it around the paracord. So what you want to do is, you want to take your strand, you want to go under both the inner and outer core, bring it around, and just finish off the single strand cow hitch. Bring it through the back, and then bring it through the loop that we just created with itself. And so here we can see that the cow hitch is now around itself and around the inner core that we had made from before. We're going to do the exact same thing on the left side now. So now, you should have a double cow hitch on the bottom of your buckle, and you should have a double cow hitch with the loop going through those at the top. Our working strands on the side, it's time to begin our weave. So to begin our weave, we did a little bit of prep work, and on each of our working ends, we actually put a lancing needle there, and it's going to make things a whole lot easier as we do start and complete this weave. So our first step, we're going to take our left working strand, and we are going to bring it underneath our first inner strand, but over top of the next 3. And then we're actually going to keep it with a little bit of a loop on the left side and on the right side. So ideally what you would like to end up with is an S underneath the leftmost strand. We're going to take that same left working strand and underneath the first loop of our S and in between the next part of our loop, we do want to go under the first 3 and we want to come out and go over top of that 4th inner strand and over top of the second loop of the S. So ideally what you would like is a loop and then the strand going over top of that loop. And now we can tighten it down. And as we do tighten, that bump that we made is going to be sitting inside the first and second strands of our inner core. Now, to complete the first half of this, and the reason that we did want this lancing needle on the end of our paracord is because our next step is there's a little bit of a loop on the side right here, and we want to go under that loop and over top of the first strand here. So as you can see, it's coming under that loop and over top of the first inner strand. We're going to bring that through and tighten. And with that, one pass has been made. We're going to do the exact same thing for our right working strand. So in this case, we want to take our right working strand, we want to bring it underneath the rightmost inner core strand. And again, we do want to make that S, only this time, because it's on the opposite side, you guessed it, we're making a backwards S. We're going to take our working strand, we're going to go under the first 3, and we're going to go over top of that last strand and over top of the second loop that we made on the S, just like we did with our first pass, just on the other side this time around. Once again, you do want to have the loop being over top of the strand that we just made, and now we can tighten it down. And the way that I like to do this is I like to grab the strand that we went under with first, pull on that, and that'll give you a lot of slack to really pull with your working strand. Again, we can slide it up. And as you can see, the bump that we just made is now in between the first and the second on the right side of our inner core. And then to finish off the right side, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on the left. We want to go underneath this cord right here, but over top our inner strand. And to make it a little bit easier for you, you can take the buckle off of the jig and find it from the back. So it's this cord right here. We want to go under and over top. Once you get it through, buckle it back up and tighten. Right now we are back on step 1 of our weave. We're going to continue the weave until we get about halfway, and we'll show you what it looks like. So here we are about halfway through the bracelet, and at this point you can really see the weave start taking shape, and I absolutely love this weave. It's very cool. It almost looks like a cobra weave going down with a little bit of a bump over top of it, and this cool little outer hitch that we have. Very flat as well. I always love a good flat bracelet. I think they fit a whole lot better. And so far, so good. We're going to continue, and we'll show you how to end it. So now that we are coming to the end of our bracelet, it is time to finish this bad boy off, and the way that we like to do it here at Paracord Planet is we like our cord to be ending in the back. And on this bracelet, we are going to take it off the jig at this time. Now that it is off the jig, we are going to take our right working strand, and we're going to take our lancing needle, and we're going to just lance it through the bottommost loop on the back of our bracelet. So then that way the cord will be ending in the back. And we're going to do the exact same thing for the left working strand. We're going to take our lancing needle, and we are just going to put it through the bottommost loop. Push it on through there. And that way everything will be laying in the back. Once you have that, all that's left is to cut and singe. So here we do have our zodiac sign Cancer weave all completed, and I absolutely love the look of this weave. I love the little bump on the inside and on the outside, and then of course you have what looks to be the cobra weave going down the center. A little bit different, but still a very, very cool look. I also love the thinness of this bracelet. I am a big fan of thin bracelets over thick bracelets. I think they just fit on your wrist a whole lot better. And if we do throw this one on the wrist right now, I actually made this for a gift for somebody, so it's a little bit big on me, but I just love the feel of a thin bracelet on your wrist. So I did have a ton of fun making this astrology weave, and did come to learn that every single sign in astrology does have a weave associated with it, so we're hopefully going to be doing those videos in the months ahead. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and if it did help you, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and let us know your birthday and your zodiac sign in the comments below. Have yourself a great rest of the day today. We'll see you on the next video.